Hello, dear ones. Well, by looking at my normal rhythm of posting YouTubes, last week was just one. And I want to say that this is all part of the flow. I didn't plan on that, but there was just kind of a sense of stopping more. And I follow that. I don't always know why, what it means, for how long, is it forever? But there was just an obvious not doing much, just really, really pulling back from doing, even if it's thing. I mean, I really enjoy my channel and I've been posting almost daily for um, getting closer to 2 years. So completely enjoying it. And then suddenly things started shifting last week. I'm just noticing and listening and following. So I just want to say that if you are somebody who has been following my almost daily ones, that's why I haven't been posting much. But today it just felt like, yeah, I just want to share some more about this pausing. I think I did a video on that. Maybe the last one I did, I don't remember. But there is something incredibly potent for me about dropping in deeper into the silence and letting go more and more of that, that energy that we're all impacted by, that will always tell us that we have to do something. Some are probably more impacted by it than others. I have been impacted by that my whole life, and that's why it's been a constant, being present with and noticing and not getting pulled into it. And then last week, there was just a very strong pull into a deeper silence. And I mean, who can resist that, right? Well, I'm sure there are many who can, but when you are tuning in and you know what's going on, you know that what it's all about is that we really drop into the stillness, into the presence, into our I am, and let ourselves be purified more, um, surrender more to that. And of course, that's the process that we've been in together for a long time, probably many, many, many years. And you wonder, is it ever going to end? And I would think it's going to end at some point when enough of us have surrendered to our I am presence, to the stillness, to the void, whatever we want to call it, the place, the womb, where everything takes birth from, and bring our attention into that deeper instead of keep bringing it to what it is given, has given birth to. And that's, of course, the things that we experience here in this world that we constantly get caught up in, lost in, identified with. You know what I'm talking about, I'm sure. The more we can let go of that, and the more we can really drop in here into our heart, into the portal to the divine, into our divine essence, which is still, which is silent, which is, it's just a purity of energy that we can more and more let ourselves be taken by. And when we do that, we literally make ourselves available for that energy to take birth into this dimension, to manifest as physical form. But if we keep getting identified and only engaging with that physical form, we constantly miss where it all originates from. This place that we're talking about here, it has the solution, I should say, it is the solution to all the battle and war and duality and suffering and limitations. It is the solution. And again, when I say it, I am the solution. I am is in everything and everyone and all over. So if we want to make ourselves available to be the solution, to make ourselves conduits for that to happen, we really have to go there and as often as possible and stay there as long as possible. When we are going there, it's like we're going to some kind of a purification fire if we know how to do that. So we go into the stillness, we go into the silence. And then there's all that stuff. Like in my case, it's the doer, there's this insane suggestion. You know how I talk about the hypnotic suggestions. Well, this is a hypnotic suggestion that I think has hypnotized the whole world, that we have to do something. We have to do something to survive. We have to do something and work hard to make money so that we can survive. So this whole reality is basically built on this hypnotic fear suggestion that we have to be engaged and busy and do something all the time so that we will survive and have a good life. So basically, we've been programmed to believe that if we don't do something all the time, we won't survive. And if you look at the world, that looks like it's true, doesn't it? Look at all the people on the streets, the homeless people, the people who have lost everything. Many people take their lives if and when they lose everything, because it feels like the end of their life. Survival equals money, income, investments. This is what we have been programmed to believe. And maybe many of you here would agree like that. Yeah, well, that's, of course. How else are you going to survive? It's a good question. And if we really feel a strong impulse inside to find out, then we'll have to do what it takes to find out. We have to let go and find out, well, what's going to happen then? Because I don't want to do that anymore. For me, I don't want to live in that busy doing anymore. So over the years, it's been just a letting go and letting go. And it just is another layer that I'm going through right now to letting go. And first, like, oh, I have to do my YouTube every day. Like, oh, really? Okay. Why is that? Um, this is something I do because I love it. I want to. There's no income. It's an offering from my heart. So if I want to take a day or two or 5 or 7 off and just wait till something feels alive and inspired in me, then I know that I'm flowing with the flow and not doing it because I have this pressure that I have to do something. Can you relate to this? If you do, please comment below. These are conversations that are really important, I think. If we want to get out of that grip of fear, survival, false matrix, aren't you done with it? Isn't it getting super, super boring? The more you wake up that this is just an insane dream, with a lot of beauty in it too, thank God. But the more you see and how things function and what truths it's built on, they're false truths. So then, of course, I'm thinking of a Bible quote where, and forgive me if I'm butchering it, but where Jesus was on, he was doing, I think it was a Sermon on the Mount, where he said, look at the lilies. They spin not, they toil not, the fathers, they know the father knows their needs before they do. I'm probably totally butchering it, and I apologize. I'm not a biblical person, but there are certain things that have stuck with me from many years ago. So basically, he said, take no thought for your life. Take no thought for your life. How you shall eat, drink, clothes. Take no thought. How many people do you know who've taken that on as a real practice? It's a big one. It's a big one. And I just putting it out here. If it resonates, I've been kind of taking that in deeper the last week because there's this constant bombardment. You have to do something, right? You have to think about your life, how you're going to pay the rent, how you're going to, constantly. And I'm like, just like what I've done with the fear in the past, this is another flavor of fear, of course. I don't want to do it anymore. We're done. Does that mean it's not going to come and bombard me? Oh, maybe even harder. But the thing is, my friends, when you make a real deep, when you have this resolve, you just take a stand. The energy there is so powerful because it is your will, it's your divine will that is not um, contracted in all this nonsense that we're being bombarded with. So when you say I'm done with all that, you just take a stand into your sovereignty. This is where the power is. This is what feeds us and clothes us and pays the bills, whatever it is, because that is where it is all coming from. So this is a big leap for all of us to take. And I'm by no means there, but I am on my way. I feel very good about that. That I feel I'm taking back my power instead of giving my power to these suggestions that are awful and they're lies. There's no truth in it, but the whole world believes it. So that's a little bit about my pause in my YouTube posting. It's because I'm really taking this very, very seriously to fully step out of the false matrix and fully step in to my divinity, to my divine sovereignty, to the stillness, the peace. This is where the peace and the fulfillment comes from. So why would I go elsewhere to find it? But to go here and stay here takes a lot of practice and a lot of commitment and a lot of no. When you're being bombarded, it's like, no, I have made another choice and you're not it anymore. So this is part of how we move from the false matrix into our true divinity and then make ourselves available for that to flow out as us and through us to to build the life that comes from the origin. I don't think there's any more I want to say today. I want to say, though, if it resonates and you are having problems with that, which I think is very normal, please reach out. Set up a self-discovery session with me. Let's see where you're at. If you need support in this, the unhooking, let go. It's not an easy task. It's easier when we do it together. Or just, share, share, subscribe, share with your friends. Maybe you know somebody who's going through that. And again, a lot of my channel is about normalizing and putting words to what many people are going through, not really consciously, but when they hear somebody put words to something, then it resonates. And then you go, oh, right? And then you can actually trust it more. There's something that gets activated. So maybe there are little activations on a lot of my videos because I talk about what is unraveling for all of us to make it conscious, to normalize it, and then hopefully makes it easier for us to stay here and create more and more distance to the nonsense, if I may call it nonsense. It is nonsense. So we're taking back our sovereignty together. And I'm very glad that you're joining me here. Thank you.